This film is insane. I don't even know what I just watched. Guys, I'm back for day 28. Can you believe it's already day 28? Today, wow, what a journey. I just finished watching The Last Circus, which is a Spanish film on crack. This film is insane. I was not ready. The funny thing about this film was I actually picked it because of the blurb. It's about a circus and a woman who's in the circus. I believe she's, I don't know what the actual term is, acrobat or trapeze artist. I'm not sure what the actual term is when she's with the ribbons. Anyway, she had to choose between the sad clown and the happy clown. But it's so funny because this film, although it's about that, it's about so much more. It opens up being in Madrid, 1937, and it goes into the war, has this whole elaborate backstory, and then it just goes straight into this war between this happy and sad clown. But it's not like fun like I thought it was going to be. It's actually quite violent. The film started off with a bang, using a lot of mixed media to kind of get its point across about like the time and the place, and it just, you knew you were in for a treat. The way the film's set up is so intense, and they show a lion in like the opening, not the opening scene, but like the opening backstory. They show like a full-blown lion, and I'm like, if they've got this kind of budget, what else are they gonna do? And let me tell you, this movie moves really fast. There is so much to it. It goes for an hour and 45 minutes, and there is so much included in the story, in the backstory, and the story as it goes. It's just one thing after another. It's a lot, and it is a wild ride. Usually I say, like, you know, films are slow burns and they go quite slow. This film moves really fast and fits a lot into its story, which can be intense at times. You're like, what is going on? And you don't really get that depth and that understanding of some of the characters. But in saying that, it's definitely a treat for the senses because there's just so much happening all the time. Obviously, it is set in a circus, so there's a lot of beautiful costumes, beautiful backdrops, and just like aesthetic moments. In saying that, the clowns are also full on crazy, so there's lots of gun violence. It's just the most intense experience. I don't even know how to explain it. And the friends who are actually in the circus are like the biggest enablers I've ever seen in a movie. If you've seen this already, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, why are they allowing these two clowns to just go absolutely nuts on everybody? And they're just like feeding into the whole love triangle thing. It's just so bizarre. It's really centered around this abusive relationship with the happy clown and the woman, and it just, you just really don't know what's going to happen next or what side anyone's on. It's just this pancake effect that just goes out of control, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was a circus in every meaning of the word. It was just insane from start to end and packed with so much violence. I don't even know what I just watched. Obviously the film was very stylized, as I said before, with the costumes and things like that, but the way it was shot, it was very slick, very smooth, gritty at the start. I mean, gritty throughout the whole thing, really showing the blood, showing, you know, these people aren't glamorous clowns by any means or in a glamorous circus. Not really any circus is glamorous, so it's showing like the dark and the gritty textures of that. But it's also stylized in a way that is actually this cool kind of tone with this black background throughout the whole film. It's very contrasty and really easy to get lured into. This film was a total shock to me, a total surprise. I don't know how I've never heard of it before. It's from 2010 and it could have been made last year. It's done so well, like every aspect of it. They did not cheap out on anything, and it is just a wild ride. It seems like it should be a TV show. There's just so much going on and so much to it. I would have liked to know more about some of the characters and why they made these crazy choices. And it does kind of reflect the Joker movie. If you've seen the new Joker movie recently, it's got kind of the same theme. I know it's clown, but yeah, with the sad clown. It's kind of, it's like not the same, but just reminded me of that. Anyway, crazy film. I would have loved to give it a high score, but I'm going to give it a 7, which I think is still a great score, but just because it was just all over the place. I usually would give it an extra point for a well-made structure and a smart kind of wraparound, and although it kind of wraps around in some aspects, I don't feel like it was really fleshed out properly. It was just like shove as much action-packed insanity into one film, and I mean, they did that really well. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Did you watch The Last Circus? What did you think of it? What was your favorite character? I still can't decide if I actually liked anyone in this film because it was just intense, but I think that's really a sign of a great film when you don't like anyone in the film but yet you're still glued to the screen, because that does not happen often for me. I'm not sure about you guys. What did you guys rate The Last Circus out of 10? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I'm gonna go, I'm losing light but I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for another 31 days of horror. Thank you so much for being here. If you've been here from the start, I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.